Adrienne Green here, and today I wanted to talk about the different types of septic systems. So this is relevant for people who are looking to buy in Northern Virginia, people who own a house on acreage and maybe you have a septic system that you don't even understand yourself, and for those maybe looking to sell and you're like, wait, I probably need to learn more about my septic system now because I know I'm going to get asked questions about it as I sell my house with a septic system. So anybody associated with a house that has a septic system, this is probably going to be helpful for you. So here in Northern Virginia, we have conventional and alternative septic systems. Conventional septic systems were the only choice for a long time. So especially when you're looking at houses from definitely the 80s and before, possibly, I think we started to get some in like maybe the mid 90s, I'd say. Late 90s for sure. So if you're looking at a house older than that, the conventional septic is the only one that you're going to see, and that is typically a gravity-fed system where the gravity takes everything from the house to a septic tank. The solids sink to the bottom, and the wastewater flows from that septic system to a drain field where it disperses through the ground. That is your conventional gravity-fed septic system that we have on older houses and then also on some newer houses here. These conventional systems are very low maintenance. In Loudoun County, in the last several years, the Board of Supervisors, I believe, maybe it was the health department, I think they voted on it with the Board of Supervisors, required that septic systems that are these conventional septic systems must get pumped every 5 years. And so if you live in Loudoun County, they keep a record of it and they send you a postcard every 5 years and say it's time for your septic system to get pumped again, and then you get it pumped. The pumping generally costs around $350 on average, I would say, and a truck with a tank comes out, they access your septic tank, they pump everything out of it, and they drive it away. That's how the conventional system works. And again, that 5-year pumping requirement is Loudoun County specific. Other counties in Northern Virginia do not have that requirement to my knowledge. So then in more recent years, they developed what's called an alternative septic system with newer technology. And what an alternative septic system allows is it allows a septic system to work where their soil doesn't drain well for a conventional system to be approved, or there's not enough space for the size of a conventional system. You can allow for more bedrooms on a smaller amount of land with the alternative septic system. So those are the two big things I see in Northern Virginia, why we use these alternative septic systems with some newer houses. It can also be having to do with the water table, but that's in a little bit more low-lying areas. I don't see that personally here in Northern Virginia, but it could very well be that I just haven't seen those houses. But I see generally if we've got a really big house on an acre or 3 acres and it's a 5 or 6 bedroom house, it's probably going to have an alternative septic system, and that's how they're allowing such a large house with so many bedrooms on that size of land. So another aside here real quick, the size of a septic system is related to the number of bedrooms in a house, not the number of bathrooms. And that's because the powers that be with public planning figure the number of bedrooms is telling you how many people are going to be living in that house. It's going to be the best indicator of the maximum number of people living in that house, and therefore the amount of work the septic system is going to be expected to do, let's say. So they figure 2-person capacity per bedroom. A 5-bedroom house, you're going to have 10 people. 3-bedroom house, you're going to have 6 people. And that's how they do the calculations with the septic system. It's not the number of bathrooms. So anyway, that's a little aside. The difference in maintenance with an alternative septic system is that the alternative septic systems have to be checked every year. And so that's usually a couple $100, maybe $300, $250 to $300, where every year a technician's going to come out and they're going to check your alternative septic system. They are not pumping it, but they're checking all the settings and checking that everything's working properly, because an alternative septic system is a more active system. It's not just this passive gravity-fed system. And as a more active system, of course, there's things that could break. So that's why it gets checked every year to make sure it's functioning properly. That's the biggest difference between conventional and alternative systems. They might look different when you're at the house in terms of the access covers and things like that. Usually the alternative septic has several rectangular green plastic covers versus a conventional system or traditional can have nothing, or it can have round access caps. It can have one or two round access caps instead. So you'll see that difference on the ground level for the different systems. But those are the major differences and explanation of those two systems that we see here in Northern Virginia. I hope that helps. One of my specialties is buying and selling real estate located on acreage. I live on 11 acres myself and am familiar with having a well, septic system, gravel road, road committee, all those nuances that go into living on acreage in Northern Virginia when you're not in an HOA or one of those subdivision communities. So if you have any questions or you're thinking about buying or selling land or house on acreage, please reach out. I'd be happy to help. And post your thoughts, comments, or experiences in the comments below. I'd be happy to hear what you guys think and have experienced as well. So thanks so much for your time today. Adrienne Green, have a great day.